Yeah,
hey.
hockey's I love hockey, dude. Hockey's the best.
Dude, our bolts today, baby.
Let's go Bolts.
That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
man.
Columbus can suck a dick. Okay. Let's just
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. I'm still very hung up on I'm still hung up on last year, bro.
I'm still pissed about last year too. Are you kidding me? There's a couple of teams that
There's
I can't stand. Columbus, Pittsburgh, and Boston, top three.
no,
Hatred.
normally
Hatred.
I don't care too much for Columbus, but I wasn't happy about last year. There's no reason we should have lost 4 games to them. There's no reason we should have got swept at all. It's ridiculous. But it's okay. We had their number this year. This is gonna be our year, bro.
I feel like the last couple of years have been so disappointing
Oh my
because
god, so
every
disappointing.
single year we feel like this is the best Lightning team we've ever had. You know, we got the cup locked down. There's
Yeah.
no way anybody's gonna. We get swept by Columbus.
Dude,
Pittsburgh,
I
Washington beats us.
I agree, man. This is we're coming down to the wire on our team. Our team's old. We're coming down to the wire. Like these
and I
guys
feel
are
like
starting to get old that are all in contracts and stuff.
So well collectively as a unit, and comes playoff time, we can't scrape together an offense. We can't figure it out on defense. I'll tell you what, I give my hats off and a clap to Vasilevsky over there behind the net.
Man,
Tearing it up back
there's
there.
one thing that's saving us throughout this entire playoff runs we've had. It's always the goalie. It's always our goalie. Bishop was the exact same way. There were games where it was like we would not have won, or we would never been in it if it wasn't for our goalie.
100%. That's a fact. That's a fact. Absolutely. Bassey's doing a fine job. I hope he keeps doing a fine job.
He's got them laser eye focus, bro. He's got that focus. He's got that focus where he's like he's in the net and he's like, he's got that laser focus. He'll be straight.
Guys locked in. I really do miss Ben Bishop, but I'm glad they picked up Bassey when he was a rookie and let him develop into.
It's funny because I remember when they got rid of Bishop, everyone was like, this is a horrible decision. How dare you let this kid? And
I thought this.
Everyone was like, what are we doing?
Got rid of Bishop, I said,
and this kid,
I don't know who this new guy is. Like he only played a couple of games. You know, Bassey,
and he only played a few games. And it was like, he's okay. He's not the best.
Yeah, you remember like Bishop was their lockdown. The guy's what 7-1 on skates, something stupid like that. It's hard to get past that guy.
It's hard to get past that, man. Anyways, we are really off topic for that, but let's get down to the nitty gritty. Which one do you want to do first? Which shower thought do you want to do first here?
Well, I think let's see.
Well, we have the two. We already have the two in the comments. People know what we're gonna do. Which one do you want to do first?
All right. Well, let's talk about the first one.
The shower thought for today, ladies and gentlemen, is Jesus. That's loud. Anyways, dogs do not know we are made of bones, and that's probably good because I got news for you. Dogs love bones.
Yeah, I'm just thinking to myself, like, if I'm in the mind of a dog, what am I thinking a human is made up of? Like, obviously, you know, I've got Scott's got skin and bones. I've got skin and bones. I have much less hair than he does.
Yeah,
he's covered all the way through. But I wonder if he just thinks that we're just like a sack of mass, just walking around, just a
big sack of mass, big sack of water. I've heard somebody call us water-filled donuts.
Water-filled donuts?
I like that. That's what we are. We're water-filled donuts.
I don't eat a lot of donuts.
I don't either, but I could see the analogy. I could see it play out. I mean, yeah, what do you wonder? What? Yeah. Or they're just like, what if dogs are really intelligent and they know we're made of bones and they just don't?
Listen, I know
the
dogs are intelligent to a point. I know some of the smarter breeds, poodles, German shepherds, all that jazz. They're actually pretty intelligent. Like they understand commands, they understand sounds, you know, and they understand human emotion. They can see, they can sense. You know, it's almost like they have a sixth sense about it. Kind of like cows do when the rain's coming. They all go sit down. Kind of weird, right?
I never heard of this. Tell me about the cows.
Oh, you never heard of that?
I've never heard of this.
What?
I'm intrigued. I'm truthfully, I need to know this. What about cows?
When there's a rainstorm coming, cows that are out in the field, they all go sit down.
Sit down where? Underneath trees, or just sit down in the field? They just sit down in the field.
Sit down. They got to hunker down because they know that there's some serious weather coming.
They just accept it. They don't try to do anything.
Yeah. What are they gonna do with the cows? Where are they gonna go?
I mean, like I'm
you
thinking.
See the movies. Tornado comes through. Next thing you know, there's a flying cow going all the way across the yard. You never know what's going on.
That's what he's doing.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I just thought, like, I would think, like, I would just, like, run under a tree and then plop myself down, maybe get out of a little bit of the elements. But they're like, no, fuck this. Like, fuck the rain. That's a big old middle finger to the rain right there. They're like, Mother Nature ain't got nothing. We're going to sit right where we are. We're not even moving.
Well, there's not a whole lot that they can do.
We're not doing nothing. Imagine if that's how dude, imagine if that's how people work.
They just take
it. They just take the rain. We just stop. Everyone just with the storm coming in at 3 today. Plan your days out, ladies and gentlemen. And at 3 o'clock, people are like didn't know the weather was coming in, or like in the middle of the street, and they just stop. They just stop.
Come on.
They just stop on the sidewalk with their groceries in their hand. They're like, the weather. I didn't check the weather today at 3 o'clock. It must be coming in. They're just waiting there, and they're like, all right, let's just wait it out. Just put some fresh eggs and bananas, but it's okay.
Either that or like whatever they're doing, they are completely aware of the weather. They just continue along with their day. Whatever they're doing. Let's say they are walking from the grocery store. They were fully aware that it was raining.
It's true. You don't really see many people do that. And when you do see people do that, you're like, they're going through something.
Well, in Florida, it's different. We got to do that all the time. It rains every other day. It's always,
oh, my God. Every day at 3 o'clock. You know why? That's something.
I always tell people every time they ask, Florida's got 2 seasons, hot and wet.
And hot
That's
and wet.
It. Yeah.
I saw a thing that was talking about hurricanes, and it was like, I understand now. I understand why people in Florida don't get scared about hurricanes, because they get one every day at 3 p.m. We get one every day. We get one every day at 3 p.m. A mini one.
You can expect it sometime in the afternoon. That's just how it is. I mean,
I used to look forward to it when I worked construction. I'd be like, come on, come in, get in here so we can get out of here. And it sometimes comes early, and you're like, yes, get to go home.
Working at the baseball field over the summer, rain was a curse word. You did not say it. That 4-letter R word did not come out of your mouth, because as soon as it did, it's gonna start raining, ruin everything.
But wouldn't you get out of work that way?
Yes, but I get paid by the hour. If I don't get my hours, I don't get paid.
Okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
As much as I would, love a day off and love to go home early days, I gotta get paid. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do for $1.
Nice thing, like this wonderful new house that we just got.
Amen to that. Amen. Mi casa es su casa.
Amen, brother.
So
I think. I mean, just like put yourself in the shoes of a dog.
I love how you didn't skip a beat and just transitioned right back to it. You're like, so yeah. Anyways, dogs, man, their bones. Oh, your audio just cut out, man. Like big time. Your Wi-Fi must have gone out. Scants.
We have 2 dogs in the house.
Hey, your audio just cut out. So for the last 2 minutes, no one heard you.
Oh my goodness, that's awful. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, where did I leave off? What was I saying?
I don't even know. You started telling your story, and then you went, oh, I could tell you were making some noises and stuff. So just go from the beginning.
Oh, okay, all right. Immerse yourself in the mind of a puppy, right? You're a dog.
I'm a puppy.
Things are simple. You have very large humans around you. They feed you. They give you water. They let you outside.
Okay.
Those are the people that take care of you, right? Those are, I don't want to say your parents, because.
But you look at them as such. You look at them as el familia. It's your part of your pack, bro.
As a dog, I'm looking at them as like a caretaker.
They're your pack.
Now, dogs don't go to school.
No, they don't.
We went to school.
We have puppy school.
We went to school and learned that we are made up of water, skin, bone, muscle,
We are one jelly-filled donut.
ligament joints, you name it, everything, right? Toenails, fingernails, eyeballs, nostrils, boogers, you name it, we got it. All right, but we learn all this stuff.
Yeah.
My dog doesn't know what a nose is. He just knows that when I lay down on the floor, he licks this thing all over, like everywhere. You know what I mean? He doesn't know that underneath this, if he really scratched hard enough, there's blood. He doesn't know that. He doesn't. I'm just saying.
I know, but the way he doesn't know there's blood.
he doesn't get it, you know. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn on that one. I feel like I know dogs are very intelligent. I know they're very smart. Is my audio cutting out again?
No, you're good. Your video is. I'll let you know if the audio is. But.
All right. So I understand that dogs are very smart. And they understand commands. They understand human emotion. They understand facial expressions, body language, things like that. Like they can read with their eyes. They can observe.
Okay.
Obviously.
They can read. You're going out on a limb here.
Well,
you're telling me dogs can read.
I mean, not like physically read words. I mean, as in like read the room. You know, like
Dude, if I came home, my dog was reading the paper. I would be like,
no,
"Yo, I knew you were sleeping on me. I knew it. Start talking."
We actually got all the way up to F this week. We're working on our alphabet. Just, you know, barking.
All right, that works.
No, I'm just playing. But I know as far as
like when you go sit or stop or stay, they don't. I get what you're saying. I'm starting to pick up what you're putting down.
Who would that be if he was like, and he totally knew that we was made up of skin and bones?
Do you think they would go for our bones though? This is the question because we all know dogs like bones, but when you think about it, are those bones really the same as ours? I don't think they are. I feel like they put flavors in the ones that they have. Like those rawhide bones, we are not a rawhide.
No, they just make human flavored bones. They sell those at Walmart. They stick them up in the stores.
Well, that would be us. Yeah. That's what I'm asking. Do you think the dogs would like our bones?
You think the dog would like to chew on human bones?
Yeah, because the bones that they have, we make. We make those bones for them. So they like bones, but do they like human bones? Would they? Hypothetically.
I don't know.
Have you ever seen a dog pick up any other type of bone?
Well, I don't think I've ever seen a dog pick up a human bone.
I'm asking any bone. I said any other bone.
Dog's walking around with old Jimmy's femur in his mouth.
Grandpa died last week. We just let the dog have him.
That's
got morbid. That got a little scary.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I feel like the bigger the bone, the better. The Scout's all about. Yeah, he was a big chewer. Rookie, we just got a new puppy. He's a 4-month-old puppy in the house. My roommate's dog. He's a chewer. He's chewing on everything right now.
What
he's teething. He's going through that puppy process. Oh my goodness!
They tear shit up. They tear everything up.
Adorable. Love that dog. But he's chewing on everything.
Everything. I remember, dude. My dog. We had a little puppy named Hershey that we had, and he devoured one of the legs of one of my mom's nice tables. He got a hold of the phones back when people had the landlines. He grabbed it off the counter and just went to town on it. Tore three $200 pairs of shoes up, and that dog ate everything. I mean, that dog was a fortune in what it ate. Versus, it made a hole in our wall.
I'm waiting for the day where I come home and there is garbage everywhere because I know it's coming
from the puppy.
The other day, I walked in, toilet paper up the entire staircase.
That's hysterical. I love it. Puppy stories are so funny.
It's awesome.
It's cool. And it's funny because they have no idea that at the time they're just having the time of their life. They have no idea. And then you get home and you're pissed, and they're like, "What?" And then you're like, "No," and they're like, "Okay, okay." And then you're like, "No," again. They're like, "Oh, okay, no." To that mess right there. I was having fun, and you're like, "No," and they're just like, "Oh." Okay, yeah. I won't do it again.
They're so innocent about it, dude. It's like they'll be chewing on something, right? Like a can, and you call them. You're like, "No, don't do that." You say, "Hey," and they look up at you like,
Yeah,
when
they
they're in their
just,
mouth,
just,
they look so innocent
they
though.
just hold it there. They're like,
you
did you?
tell them no, and
It's like they stop
just
too
don't
because
stay doing it.
they stop because they think like you can't see it. They're like, oh, let me just stop. He can't hear it. He can't see it, right? And they're like, and then you're like, drop it. And they're like, what is he? He's not talking to me. He's not talking to me. You're like, drop it. And they're like, oh, he's talking to me. Oh, he's talking to me. Oh, fuck. Drop it.
He's getting louder.
He's getting louder.
Me?
Yeah. You're talking to me?
Oh, man.
Dogs, man. I know one time we came home and I was little. We had this. I was super into like army men and stuff like that, and I left like a bag of army men on the counter or something. I went to the dollar store, put it down, and left. We came back and there were just toy soldiers everywhere, and we thought it was the funniest thing. I thought it was the funniest thing as a kid to go around and like pick them up and like, and like. Because the bag had like it's a bag of 100 soldiers, and I was like, okay. And then I went and picked them up, and it was like, yeah, we have about 88 wounded and 12 are missing in action.
We need a medic. We need a
medic. I was like making it into a game, bro. I was like, oh my god. But man, dogs are just something else. They're little cute little things. I love.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I had the thought, but I lost it.
What made you get your dog? What made you get Scout?
Maybe it'll come back to me. What did you say?
What made you get Scout?
What made me? Oh man. You really want to know? So we're going back to the depths of Jackie's brain here. So Scout and I got together about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was attending OVU. I was up in Parkersburg, West Virginia, Ohio Valley University. Go Fighting Scouts, by the way. My boys out there. So I was over there.
It's so not needed, but you do it every time you mention Ohio River Valley.
Every time.
Every time, bro. Anytime we go, anywhere we go, too. It's not like you just hold it for the podcast. You do it everywhere.
Oh, no. Anywhere I go at any time. Anytime I mention if I ever talk about Countryside High School, home of the Fighting Cougars, go Cougars.
The Cougars.
I follow it up with that.
Yeah, that's something I leave that one out. Where's your mascot? I'm like, well, we didn't have one, I don't think. I have no idea.
I'm talk about my Wheeling Cardinals, my team I'm up here. I said, Wheeling Cardinals.
I like Cardinals. Cardinals are good because you can be like, go Cards. I don't know why I like that. It's short and sweet. Cool. It's like the Cubs, go Cubs or go Cubbies. Quick and to the point.
Well,
let's go White Sox. Go Chicago White Sox. Fucking too long. Change it. Chicago
White Sox are playing tonight, aren't they?
I have no idea. It's a great question.
I know they are.
Boston Red Sox. Change it.
They might be playing Detroit. Yeah, I think it's Chicago, Detroit. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Scout and I came together about 2 years ago. I was in Parkersburg. I just moved into a new house. Starting my second year up there at Ohio Valley, and it would have been my third year of college, but I took a gap year to come home. Fresh out of a relationship, just broke up with my ex-girlfriend. So I moved into a new house. I was looking for a new start, new opportunity, something fresh, And the one thing that I always loved growing up and always will, dogs, animals, dogs, but dogs are perfect. So I was thinking about.
Hey, your stuff cut out. You just frozen. Like God just came down and grabbed you from the. Hey, you froze. You froze. We didn't. You got to start over. We didn't hear you.
Which part?
You looking for something fresh.
Okay, I was looking for something fresh, something new. Sorry.
It's not your fault. It was funny though. You stopped on screen. You were like, it looked like God came down and grabbed you. You saw the light. You were like, it's time. Anyways, go ahead.
So I was looking for something new, something different, a fresh start per se. I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to get a dog. I was bouncing it off, my ideas with my boss, my boys, some other people, and when I was getting ready to make the trip, because I always make my road trip. I drive at night. It's usually 18 hours up to West Virginia, depending on how long. And I was actually looking at dogs like the week prior to leaving, and I was thinking about picking one up
Picking one,
either
yeah.
on the way
Hmm.
or like when I first got there. Like I made the decision at that point. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Like I think I can take care of a dog. You know. So drive up there. I get there July. Shoot, when was it? July 29th is when I pulled into the driveway. Um, I was at the Humane Society the following day.
Okay.
So July 3rd. And I was looking at the puppies. I was just really there to get more so information about the adoption process.
Dude, your audio cut out just another time. Yo, can you see me? You can't hear me, I guess. Your Wi-Fi. Scans.
Be okay for you to have a dog in the house.
Yeah, your audio cut out again, bro.
Okay, where did I leave off?
I don't even recall. You just
Okay.
pulled up to the pound. Not the
Huh?
pound. The pound. The Humane Society. Sorry.
Don't call it the pound. That's
I
so
said
wrong.
I was sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I'm
Pulled up
used
to
some
the
old
Humane
term.
Society on the 30th. So the next day, just looking around more so just to get information, try to find out, what the process was, the whole adoption process, because I'd never done it before. And so I was getting some information, and she told me, she said, we're gonna have to get a hold of your landlord in order to find out, whether or not you're allowed to have a dog on the premises in the first place. And I was like, all right. First thing that popped into my mind,
Fair enough.
number one, I haven't even met the landlord. I'm just giving people money in order to live in a place. Like somebody else is taking care of the lease. Like I'm in it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm
They could be laundering money out of it. You don't care.
I'm a money guy. Just pass it on. So I had met I had met the landlord. We hadn't talked about bringing a dog. I had told my room.
Scans, you're killing me right now. Hey. Yeah, this is not working. Can't hear you. I can. It's something, man. I check my connection.
It's. I'm sorry. It might be our Wi-Fi here. It's poor connection. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Is it just bad down there in the basement?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to switch that.
Try it up here, up in the living room next time, just to see what.
Yeah, we'll have to. Well, that's right. That's right. All right. Well, get through the story because we're stop.
What was I at? I don't remember.
You were getting the dog, bro.
Oh. But anyway, so they got to call the landlord, right? Well, that was not going to happen. I wasn't going to have him get in touch with the landlord. So I got all that information. Great. I go home and I'm trying to figure this out. I call my one of my teammates, or one of my former teammates, who is now one of our GAs, Travis Picola. Shout out Travis, love you, buddy. And I gave him a ring. He used to live right behind me, right? So I give him a call and I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting a dog. Do you mind playing landlord for a little bit?" He goes, "Sure, no problem. No sweat. I will make sure that you get what you need."
Yeah,
he's always taking care of me. So I go to a different Humane Society the following day. The day before, I think I was in Ohio. This time I went to the Parkersburg Humane Society just to try to find it. Well, I got lost. Couldn't find it. Went on like a 25-minute wild goose chase trying to find this place. Couldn't do it. So I ended up going home. August 2nd, the following day, finally found it, got a different address for it. Don't ask me why I went to the other one. Showed up there, and I'm looking around. All these other dogs are in there, and I kind of feel bad for them because the facilities that they have are not the greatest. I understand the people that that work there. They do the best they can with what they have, and they treat all the dogs the best that they can. But if I can kind of paint you a picture, just imagine like a bathroom stall.
I've been in the Humane Society. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think everyone's been. I think
walls on each. There's two walls on the side, one in the back, and just a fence in front of you. So all they can see all day is just what's in front of them. So sometimes it's another dog, sometimes it's just an empty cage, and that's not very cool to look at. They do let them out a couple of times a day, which is always great. But like I said, they don't have the best facilities, but they do the best of what they got. So I'm walking around, and one of the people that worked there, they were just coming in from the back and letting all the small dogs in. Right, they're letting the small dogs in the back.
Right.
They keep the big dogs in the front, so just keep separated. Well, as soon as all the small dogs walked in, all the big dogs start going bananas. They all start barking, going crazy, right? Like they heard a door. So I'm walking, I'm like, "You're adorable. Come here." Get all the puppy love. Walk over to the next one. I say, "You're adorable. Come here." Sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes they just lay there and sit there and just kind of stare at you. But then I get to the third one, and I look at him, and he's just laying there, kind of staring at me. And I said, "Come here." He didn't move. But all the other dogs were barking and going bananas. He didn't move. I said, "There's something different about you." So I asked one of the ladies, I said, "Hey, come here. Can I ask you a question? Tell me about this dog." She said, "That's Braden." The original name of the dog was Braden. She said, "We picked him up about 32 days ago. He was a stray. We don't have a whole lot of information on him. But he's been here. He hasn't caused any problems." I said, "Kind of take him out back. Take him outside. Spend some time with him." She said, "Yeah, of course, no problem." We go out back. We start, interacting. As soon as he found out that he was going to go outside, he perked up.
Yeah.
His ears kind of.
Yeah, you got exam.
Started getting aware. I was like, "All right, now we got a little action in you." He came outside. He started darting back and forth, man, having the time of his life, coming right up to me, giving a big old hug. I said, "Man, you know, I can dig this. I could dig this, you know." And the one thing that I noticed about him that was so different, number one, he was very quiet. Number two, he didn't bark. And I didn't hear his bark for a while until one of these days where somebody walked in and it's probably one of the most scariest sounds I've ever seen. I said, "Oh, jeez, that was frightening." But I picked him up August 2nd, brought him home, and it was good. It was probably one of the best decisions that I've made to date. Um, Him and I have been going strong for the last 2 years now, coming up on 2 years.
2 years ago, dang, longer than that.
Mark.
I say it just passed.
And I'd never taken care of a dog before. There was a family dog. I grew up with one, old Snoop, Tinkerbell, a couple of them.
Oh, Snoop.
My parents more so took care of him.
Yes, there's a big difference. It's a big difference between when your parents are helping and you're taking care of the dog. It's huge. Difference.
I'm living by myself, like in a house. And they hook me up every once in a while. My mom helped me out with a bag of dog food like once every couple of months or so. And I appreciate that. That was super cool. But it was like, all right, well, now you have a responsibility. You have another life to take care of.
It's definitely a growing experience for people. I always tell people, for starters, don't get one unless you can afford it. But on top of that, once you get it and you can't afford it, then you got to be on top of paying for the food, paying for the vet stuff, all that good stuff, because you gotta you literally have to treat that dog like it's a child. Like that's
my son.
That's how you should treat him. Truthfully, if you're gonna have a pet, you need to treat it like it's literally one of the kids. You can't neglect it. You can't have, you can't miss up on its vet stuff and all that. At least that's my opinion of it. But everyone might be different. But no, they're good. And it's a huge thing for people. It's a huge growing experience for people.
Amen to that. And people that don't treat their dogs well, people that treat them poorly, a big old middle finger to both of you.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. They can fuck off.
That is not cool.
I'll say it.
You treat your pups, you treat your animals with love and respect.
Yeah, I hate hearing that. I do. Before we get into that, I don't want to stop it on that note. So that's going to be part number 1 right there, I think. It's a beautiful, touching story of Scout.
I think so.